Let's talk to Howie in New York. Hey, Howie.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Dave. Hey, Vinny. How are you?
What's the haps?
That's doing. What a great night that was. It was such a special and mind-blowing evening. That just the movie, the after party, seeing everybody. There were so many things that I took out of that. But the one thing that I really enjoyed seeing was like watching like Vivek and Aaron and even Gurinder for that matter, getting to see the power of like Asbury Park and Springsteen fans in that type of setting. And they were like in awe. Their jaws were dropping the whole night. They just could not, you just saw the smiles on their faces, and they couldn't, I think all these premieres that they've been to, they didn't really get a grasp of what these fans are about, and when they were there, you could just see they were just blown away.
Yeah, well, you think you're a good Catholic all your life, and then you go to Rome.
Right. Well, Rome, Asbury Park.
It's kind of yeah, I was going for that. Thank you.
It's you're absolutely right, Howie. And I have a couple of conversations that I did on the red carpet with Vivek and Aaron, and they were really kind of blown away by the turnout of everybody that was there on Wednesday night, because I don't think they expected it. They've been to premieres before, but never quite something like that.
Well, there isn't a premiere is ordinarily an elite event.
Yeah.
Or occasionally an organized fan club or something like that event. Not this, which was the man on the street.
It was open to not the film itself, but it was open to the public to go into the convention hall area there to watch it.
It was?
Yeah, you could have walked. Anybody could have walked in. You couldn't. Even you, they would have let you in. That's saying something.
I would have come in there. If
you couldn't go into the movie, but you could go there and watch. Which you could have went in there and watched everything.
Well, I wonder what people are organizing around the country for when this thing opens in towns that sort of have a big, a kind of what do you call it?
A viewing.
No, but they have like a fan club, like what, Bruce Spring.
Well, this is Howie from the Spring Nuts. So.
Oh, okay. So I wonder, are there things like Spring Nuts around the country? Do you know, or is Spring Nuts around the country?
They're worldwide. But that's a funny thing, because that's how this whole thing. Started for me. When we saw the New York premiere, I guess it was in the beginning of the year, if I remember correctly, and I know you were there, Dave, and Jim, you were there. So I had met Gurinder that night, and I introduced myself and told her about Spring Nuts and whatever, and she was really cool about it, and we gave her our shirts, and we gave the Sarfaraz shirts as well, and I went to the after party, and we spoke a little bit about it, about when the movie was going to come out and what we could do, and then I had reached out to her like a week later, saying to her that, and I was thinking on a very small scale. I was just saying, listen, I would love to do something for the group. If we could do something, maybe have like a showing or a premiere in Freehold. It's Bruce's hometown. Maybe something just very small, and we get everybody together. At least what we could do. And I was thinking 70 people, or maybe 2 showings, 140 people. And surprisingly, Gurinder was all for it. And I thought maybe she was to think, well, this guy's just crazy, but she was all for it. And then
that was part of your attraction for her, I bet.
Yeah, right. And then I didn't hear from her for about 2 weeks, and I said, listen, I'm not going to push this. I don't want to come off as like a crazy guy. And all of a sudden, I get an email from her with that was copied with one of the people from Warner Brothers, and she said, "Listen, this is so and so, and she's gonna put this thing together with you, and hopefully we can make this work." I said, "Fantastic," and then we went back and forth for a couple of weeks with Warner Brothers, and then again, I didn't hear from them for about a good month about it, and that's all right. Well, they probably just thought this is not gonna work. Then Gurinder did hit me back about 2 weeks later after that and saying, listen, Howie, I know we haven't gotten back to you, but just sit tight, And sit tight meant that they were doing this big thing in Asbury and at the Paramount, and they decided to go that route, but in a much bigger way. But we worked together. I told her, I would definitely promote the movie and whatnot through, our various Springsteen Spring Nuts outlets, and we did. And she was great because, she even, like, at the premiere, she actually thanked the Spring Nuts, which was a, great moment for me. I was very proud of that, and with Bruce being in the audience, and, that was really special. And then now there are people currently, on a daily basis, if you could see in the group, you'll see that there are people getting together in every state, that they're premiering it or they're showing it, and they're getting together and having these Springsteen, viewing parties for the movie. And I think it's great.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Will they be tailgating before the movie?
Yeah, well, that's next. But,
will there be Taylor ham or pork roll at these things? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that.
Well, not for the Jewish people who
right.
Springsteen's Jewish, so
yes.
Not gonna happen. That was made a point.
Just missing by one vowel,
Well, it was. Go ahead, Howard.
No, go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it was a great night, and it was great to see you there, and all the other Spring Nuts that were in attendance. They all you couldn't miss them by the shirts that were all over the place.
We're all about PR, but
yes.
The thing is that a couple of things that like I also agree with Dave that I happen to love the part that the father played. I did, I've seen it twice, and both times I was, I think that was the one person that I, really took out of it. And that guy's a young guy. He looks old there, but he's young. The makeup they did on him was amazing. I've seen pictures of him on Twitter, and, he's a, young guy. He played the part very well. And another thing that I just wanted to put out there was that, a lot of the people from the group have taken their children, and I'm talking about people that are like 15, even 13, whatever, that to see the movie, and obviously not Springsteen fans, they're the ones that roll their eyes, and they came out of that movie wanting to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just something that reaches all ages, and, it talks to a lot of people, kids, whether you like Springsteen or not. It's the music and the artist that they may like or, or idolize that speaks to them, and, it gives them strength. And it's a very powerful movie for Springsteen fans or not.
It'd be fun to do a roundtable here on the channel and get some of those kids who've kind of lived it out with their nutty parents and hear what they had to say. Some of them have gotten it, some of them won't. Some will talk about why it's a drag. Some people will talk about why they were missing something, but their mom wouldn't shut up about it, so they decided to miss it. All the things that we all know who've been parents happen, and that'd be fun. That'd be a fun discussion to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
That was a great interview with Gorinda, but Jim, I really enjoyed it. Some great stories.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Howie, you guys have done a great job on this. I mean,
thank you. I appreciate it, Dave. I hope
we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So Howie, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Before you.
I was going to say on the Howie on the Spring Nuts page on Facebook, Howie puts up a poll every day. I guess it's like song versus song, right?
Right.
Okay, so today, if you go to Spring-Nuts on Facebook, join the group. So it's Land of Hope and Dreams versus No Surrender.
Yeah, it was.
That's tough.
Yes, a lot of them were tough, but they always complain. But if I made it easy, then what's the point?
Right, exactly. That's the whole point of it, Howie. You're 100% correct on that. I went. Go ahead.
Same song.
If I put,
you got to vote for one.
Emotionally,
though,
it's the same song.
I know, but if you had to pick one, I mean,
well, that's why we did it.
Yeah.
No, I know you did. It's so close you couldn't get a razor blade through
that. Exactly.
I'm going with Land of Hope and Dreams on that one. I voted actually.
I'm with you. That's me too. That's my mantra song anyway.
Voting against Land of Hope and Dreams is kind of requires you to surrender certain credentials. I'm not going to surrender, but if you talk to like the right group of people, one gathered by me and Steve, say.
Mm-hmm.
No
Right.
surrender would win every
Oh
time.
yeah,
on
well yeah,
everything.
especially yes, definitely. Howie, great to talk to you. Thanks so much. We'll be in touch.
You guys, well, and be well.
All right, you too. That's Howie from the Spring Nuts here on Live from East Street Nation. We're at 877-70 Bruce. I wanted to play another.